Joining me now are Alan Hooper and Melanie Wild to talk about 2E2's expertise in the Citrix implementation space. Thank you for joining me, both of you. We're going to be talking specifically about a project that you've delivered and is ongoing for one of the world's leading mobile operators. Alan, first of all, explain how they were using Citrix.
They were using Citrix because it was their strategy to move their call centres to third parties. The existing Citrix estate was actually moving very quickly into the legacy arena, which meant that they were starting to struggle to deliver the sorts of performance they required to those call centres. It wasn't large enough and the performance was poor, increasing the average handling times for the call centres.
So Melanie, when you've been involved in the project for some time, when you actually got in there and peeled back some of the layers, what did you actually find from an infrastructure perspective?
When we went onto the project, we found that the servers could only hold a maximum of 40 concurrent sessions to enable us to have a good level of service. The customer was actually using around 50 concurrent sessions, and with the objective of increasing that usage, there was a risk that they would have got to a point where they wouldn't be able to handle the load that was required.
Okay.
So one of the big objectives was to look at introducing additional infrastructure to cope with the additional load.
Okay, and that was on top of the software issues you found as well, because this stuff wasn't supported, was it?
Nope, so they were on Windows 2000 and 2003. 2000 is now out of support, 2003 is going out of support next year. That's extended life support. And then you've got Citrix, which was on Citrix Presentation Layer 4. And the new standard is actually XenApp 6, and one of the previous versions is XenApp 5. So we needed to get it into a supportable version.
Okay. Well, some of the consequences of that software being so out of date?
It's not supported, so you don't actually have anybody to call upon. You also have difficulties in sourcing new software because all new software and applications are built to go onto the later versions of Windows and the later versions of Citrix.
Okay, and when it goes down, there's a big problem.
Yeah, if it goes down, you haven't got anybody again to call upon to help bring those systems back up. So if you haven't got the in-house expertise or the capabilities to bring those systems up, you are impacting the call centres and their performance. 2E2
were brought in, but you were actually trying to rescue some work that was previously done by a competitor.
Yes, a third party was originally engaged following a tender process. Basically, they were missing the deadlines. 2E2 was still involved from a trusted advisor perspective, so it was only natural for the client to actually return to 2E2 to actually rescue the situation and use their expertise to actually drive the program forward.
So what did you deliver?
Basically, we're delivering a new set of infrastructure at a supported level of the operating system and Citrix to actually support the strategic direction for the call centres.
So the project is in rollout at the moment. Customer, I know you were saying earlier, is delighted. What are some of the benefits that this customer is seeing?
They're seeing increased performance. So within the call centres themselves, there's quicker response times on the applications, and quicker response times means that they can handle an increased level of calls to the customer.
Sure, sure. And what about the end users? It's an obvious question, but are they seeing good news as well?
Well, it's good news for the end user because, as you know, whenever you phone a call centre, you want a quick response because to you, your problem is the most important in the world.
Yeah.
With poor performance, it's not only frustrating for the customer service associate, but it's also very frustrating for the customer. And the average handling time coming down means that you're actually protecting the reputation of your brand. You know, if you've suddenly heard that in the marketplace, you know, I phoned up a particular organisation and it took, 5 minutes to get a very simple question answered, then you can bet your bottom dollar your brand name is going to be out there and your reputation damaged.
Alan, this is a very sort of niche area of expertise, Citrix implementation. What does the future look like for this particular customer and their relationship with 2E2?
There's lots of potential for 2E2 with the customer based on the fact that we are seen as trusted advisors. One of the directions that they're going in is taking the roadmap and the footprint that we've done with the new estate and using that as a group level to actually roll out to the rest of the regions.
Okay.
also using that footprint and the design that we've delivered to actually support one of their big initiatives, which is bring your own device, which will be underpinned by Citrix, which could be up to 75,000 users. So there's a very big opportunity there, and it's down to the expertise of 2E2 that that opportunity could come in our way.
Thank you both very much indeed for your time. Continued success with the project. There'll be more next time.